Magic players and collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to the channel where you get to see Kaiba finish off a meat stick. We're here to do a mail day video for you guys because a generous friend from out east sent us some nice little things. One of those things was some treats for Kaiba, which I've already gifted to him because this package came a few days, actually it came sometime last week even, I think. We're on Wednesday. I think it came last week on Tuesday or something. It's been here a while. And I didn't want to take a photo or mention it because I didn't want to get everyone excited because I had no idea when I'd get a chance to film at home. And to be perfectly honest, I'm still not going to film all of it today. Not because there's a lot to do per se with this or anything like that. It's just a matter of I want to get this filmed before my dad gets back from his morning walk. And so yeah. He really hasn't been going out anywhere lately, out to go out for the day kind of out, so I haven't really had a chance to film because he's busy doing all kinds of home renovations right now. So therefore I decided that I would open well, I have already opened it, but I'm going to unveil the opening for you guys here. Now, the person made me promise that I would not reveal their name or any of their details, so I'm going to just make sure that the box is kind of on its side here like this, so you guys can't see anything that was written on it. The label's actually upside down. I cut it open from the bottom out. Once I realized what the person asked me to do. So I've already seen what's in here, and so I'm still really excited about it, but basically what was in here is a few things for Kaiba. There was a couple bags of livers stuffed in here. And then, and a few meat sticks as well. And then I also got a few packs of cards. So, what the person did ask me to do is to shout out my old haunt. So I will do that. My knee is blocking everything. So I will shout out my old haunt, which is Got Item Games. I haven't been there for over a year now. And I know that they've relocated, which is why I'm not going to show the business card that I used to have because the address is wrong. So instead, I'm just going to put a right here. Can I get my finger to point at it? There we go. Right here above Kaiba, I'm going to put their business logo. And I'm going to put the website in the comment or in the description so that if you guys are interested in getting some products from them, you can order online. It is by far my favorite card shop that I've ever been to be perfectly honest. My favorite to play at, beyond a doubt, and definitely one of the best card shops in terms of pricing and in terms of just fantastic customer service, etc. I love God Item Games, and I really miss being out east and being able to play there. It would be lovely to be able to get a job out east and move back out there, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So, but the person who sent me this package knew that I really was kind of feeling down lately, and that part of the reason I've been feeling down is just because I can't rip anything on the channel for you guys because I can't afford to buy any cards myself. And they also know how much I was really upset about missing out on the recent set. It's not the current set because we're even past Strixhaven now. I think we're almost into Marvel or something at this point. But the set that I'm referring to is, of course, the set that I only got to pull one pack of, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I have a pack of that, and then they thought that it'd be good for me to do a pack battle. And they remembered that on my channel I used to do a new set versus old set pack battle, which would have been fun to do. But the set that they sent me is actually my favorite set, which currently is still actually active in Standard, believe it or not. Even though it is 2 years old almost. As of August, I think it's 2 years old. But is it August or is it July? Either way, At some point this summer, this becomes a 2-year-old set, but it is still active in standards, so therefore it can't really count as new set versus old set, but we can still do a pack battle between these two. And then that person also sent me one of the Dollarama bundles that I've been opening lately on the channel because they saw those and thought that that would be fun for me to open as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this on Sunday when we do the Super Deck Sunday video with Kaiba in the car. And today, before my dad gets back, I'm going to crack these 2 packs. So just angle the camera properly. I'm going to start with Bloomburrow, and then I'm going to finish with Turtles. And Kaiba's just going to munch out. Bloomburrow is definitely my favorite set, so I'm actually really excited about this. Even though I've pulled, like, many things, I'm still missing probably at least a half dozen to a dozen cards in this set, so... I can't remember, does this set have art cards? It does not. Okay, so we are starting with Runaway Together. A really good card, for sure. I love this artwork on this blue card, and the idea that you can make a 2 people get rid of creatures, whether it be yourself and somebody else, or 2 different opponents, is really phenomenal in Commander. Glide Dive Duo, classic 4 and a black for 3/3 flying, and when it enters, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. If you have a way to flicker this is actually a really solid card. Otherwise, it is a little expensive, but not terrible by any means. You're not going to hear me tear down cards anymore on this channel. I've been watching some people rip, and I like watching people rip, but I know that some people, they're very practical about what's a good card and what's a bad card, and I've just decided that I don't want to say a card is bad anymore. If they've printed it, they printed it, and it must have some function in the game, and it's just a matter of us as players coming up with a way to make it seem really cool. We have an Uncharted Haven. This is a classic example. This is actually a really good card in my opinion. I like this land because you can make it become any color you need it to be. So essentially this is like a wild card, like out of Uno almost. Like whatever land you were lacking, this becomes that color for you, which is solid in any like 3 or 4 or 5 color deck to have. Baker's Bane Duo, 1 and a green for 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you get a food token, which is nice. And whenever you equip... expend 4, sorry. This thing gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay. So whenever you pay 4 mana in a turn, this thing becomes a 3/3. Which, yeah, okay. I think the food token's the best part about that card, though. For cheap, you're getting an extra token on the field, and food tokens, of course, give you life. But lots of decks really like having food tokens these days, so... Yes, Kaiba, I'm doing card openings. Yes. You want to be part of it? Okay, let me just change the camera angle a little bit so that you can still be included too. Here we go. There, that's pretty good. There you go, Kaiba. Okay. Yeah, you're still in it. I just gotta get the camera to stop rotating because of the cord. I'm trying to charge my phone because I just got back from work. Kindle Spark Duo. Tap this, and it deals 1 damage to target opponent. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you untap this. 1/3, 2 and a red for a Lizard Otter. I've never pulled this one yet. This would be an example of one of those cards that I haven't pulled yet. That's amazing. Awesome. Totally worth getting this pack because we just got a new card and it's a cool one. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit more. Oop, nope, that's a little too zoomed in. Alright. Pawn Prospector. No, Prophet. Pawn Prophet, sorry. 2 green or blue in any combination. When this thing enters, draw a card. It's a 1/1. Yeah, alright. That's going to be good in my frog deck, and I don't think I had one of those either. So nice. Fountain Port Bell. Whenever this thing enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, then shuffle and put that card on top. I don't like that you have to put it on top, but I mean, overall, if you're playing the right kind of deck, it's not going to make too much of a difference. And this thing is still going to give you a card draw, too, if you sacrifice it. So you can get that land into your hand right away if you want to. You just have to pay an extra 1. Stargaze is sick. Look at twice X cards from the top of your library, put X cards among them into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard, and then you lose X life. That is a fantastic pull. And I don't think I had that one yet either, so nice. If I did have one, I only have one copy of it. Splash Lasher. 3 in a blue for 3/3 with offspring, 1 in a blue. Whenever this thing enters, you tap up to one target creature and put a stun counter on it. Nice! Another frog I didn't have. Star Charter. 3 in a white, flying at the beginning of your end step if you gained or lost life, this turn. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature with power 3 or less from among them and put into your hand. The rest unbind your library in a random order. Nice! I don't like that as a 3/1, to be honest. That means I probably don't want to swing with this one myself. But still a good card with a beautiful effect otherwise. Can't remember if I had a copy of that one or not. Alania Divergent Storm. I don't think I had this one yet either. 3, a blue, and a red. Whenever you cast a spell, if it's the first instant, the first sorcery, or the first otter spell other than this that you've cast this turn, you may have target opponent draw a card. If you do, copy that spell. Ooh, this is going to be a really cool otter commander. Nice! And I didn't pull this one yet either. This pack is fire! Whiskervale Forerunner. 3 in a white for a mouse bard, 3/4. Whenever it becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You reveal a creature from among them with mana value 3 or less. Put it onto the battlefield if it's your turn. If you don't put it onto the battlefield, put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random... Holy Hera, that's a good card. And I did not have that one before either, and I got a really good art treatment on it. We got a full art, Plains, Steampath Charger. I might have had this guy. Offspring 2, 1 in a red for 2/1. When it dies, it deals 1 damage to target player. Still decent enough, for sure. Then we got the Coruscation Mage token. I think that's supposed to be like a... Yeah, that's supposed to be like... The one thing that was interesting about this set, but it was kind of challenging, is to try and find all the offspring tokens. So this is one of those offspring tokens, in theory, that you're supposed to be able to play. That was a crazy good pack, guys. That was at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Potentially 8 cards. Or, no, 6, because I did have the Uncharted one. And I think Stargaze I might have 1 copy of. But still, crazy good. Alright, let's do the Ninja Turtles pack, and then I did promise Tyler that I would try and get him out for a WALK before it gets too hot. On the backside, we got a robot token and a mutagen token. Not bad, not bad. We're starting with Purple Dragon Punks. Nice. I do love the purple dragons. 1 in a red for 2/2, taps to add red. You can only use it to cast an artifact spell or activate an ability, though. Still a pretty decent card. Not gonna kick that out of bed. Ragmuffin Raptor. 4 and a green for a 4/3 dinosaur. When it enters, return up to 1 target creature or food card from your graveyard to your hand. Stomped by the Foot. Cool. 1 in a black. These guys are good, says Leonardo. It has kicker, sacrifice an artifact or a creature. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn, but if it was kicked, it gets -5. -5 instead. Bebop and Rocksteady's new Cretaceous Stowaway quickly developed a taste for leftovers and ears. I forgot to do the flavor text. These guys are young, but no rookies. They fought and beat up everything on 2 legs in this area, except us. Mind Transfer Protocol. 2 and a blue. Until end of turn, target artifact or creature becomes a artifact creature with base power 4 and toughness 5, and you get to draw a card. Okay. Hamato Guardian Stance. White, target creature gets +1/+3 and gains flying until end of turn, and you get to scry 1? Solid. Slithering Cryptid. 2 and a green or blue. Enters the battlefield, you get to make a mutagen token.
And it's a 2/3. Okay. Cool, cool. Squirrelinoids! Yay! I was hoping to pull one of these. I want to put it into my squirrel deck. 1/1 black, and you get a Death Touch creature. Very good. Quintessential Katana, 1 white. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has whenever the equipped creature deals combat damage, untap it and you gain 2 life. That is sick. Whenever a ninja you control enters, you may attach this to it. So it's good for a ninja's deck, but I probably would put that in anything, to be honest. Especially when the equip cost is only 2. That's a fantastic card. We pulled Pizza Face! Nice! I was talking about how good Pizza Face would be in Shelob's deck before when I saw Smithstack pull it. So I'm really happy to pull this one. When Pizza Face enters, you create a food token. It's a 2/4 for 3, a black and a green. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield on your control this turn, you get to put 3 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 other target artifact or creature. And if it isn't a creature, it becomes a 0/0 mutant creature in addition to its other types. Then you can pay 10, tap this, sacrifice Pizza Face, and you gain 15 life. It's a little expensive to do that last bit, but you do get a shite ton of life out of it. And since he counts as a food, he actually would trigger with Shelob, so that's pretty cool. Wingnut Bat on the Belfry. 1 and a red for a 1/2. Whenever a creature you control enters, Wingnut gains your choice of flying, menace, or haste until end of turn. And whenever it attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Interesting. So if you got enough creatures to enter, you could actually get this thing to have flying, menace, and haste all in one turn. Because it doesn't trigger just once per turn. That's pretty cool. The right deck, that's actually going to be a really powerful card. Look, we got Leonardo! Leader in blue. We got the I forget how they call this, like Chubby or something? It's like a cartoon version. It's so cute though. 2/1 for 1 white, or you can sneak it in for 3 and 2 white. That's expensive for a sneak cost, but must get something really good if you sneak it in. Winters, if his sneak cost was paid, creatures in control get +2/+0 until end of turn. Or apparently not. Pay 1 and a white, and he gains first strike until end of turn. Like, that's a good ability, though. Not really sure why I would ever bother to pay the sneak cost for him, unless I really wanted to pump up something. The Cloning of Shredder. 4 and 2 black. Exile target creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary, and it's immune in addition to its other types. Then for part 2 and 3, create a token that's a copy of a card exiled with this saga, except it isn't a legendary and is immune in addition to its other types. Okay, so basically you get 3 tokens, but you only get to do the original ability once. So unless you have a way to reset this saga, which there are decks that can do that, but unless you have an ability to reset this saga, you're going to get 3 copies of whatever you pick originally. Still a really solid enchantment, though. And Rock Soldiers in Hollow. Nice. I think I had this one in Hollow before, too. Ooh, pardon me, there was an extra card back there. When this thing enters, destroy up to 1 target non-creature artifact. It's a 4/3 for 3 in a red. It's a solid little guy, for sure. And the one on the back is Dimension X. Cool. I love Dimension X. Enters tapped, gives you a life, taps for red or white. Very nice, very nice. I think definitely the pull of that pack is probably the Chubby, whatever the heck that version is. But I mean, there was a lot of good stuff in that one too, for sure. Squirrelinoids, the Katana. I'm really happy with those. That bat is going to be a really cool card if you build the right deck for it. I think the only thing that we pulled that was a double might have been the Rock Soldiers even. So that's pretty good too. For only opening 2 packs and getting 1 double, pretty happy with that. And with that said, I think that's all I got for you for now because, like I say, my dad will be back anytime. So we will open this when we do Super Deck Sunday. And I'll give another shout out to God Item Games at that time. But in the meantime and between time, much love to you all from Cap of the Pug and myself to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to my dear friend out east for sending this to me.
And one more time, big shout out to Got Item Games for being one of the best stores out there. Love you all. Bye.